Some rappers age, others evolve. Ras Kass does both on his own terms. Let's talk about it. What's going on, everybody? It's your man Lighthouse, and you're now tuned into another episode of Everything for Everybody. And today we'll be discussing Ras Kass's latest project, Leopard Eats Face. Ras Kass has never required reintroduction. He has required recognition. With Leopard Eats Face, the California lyricist does not merely return, he reasserts. This is not the work of a veteran attempting to retrofit himself into contemporary relevance. It is the work of a master craftsman reminding the culture that he helped build the architecture. The album unfolds as a feature-rich yet carefully curated statement, blending generational voices without diluting identity. Production from the beat miners and the mechanics anchors the project in hip-hop's classic soil, while modern textures such as drill bass lines, cinematic sequencing, expansive sonics affirm that Ras Kass understands the current terrain without surrendering his footing. It is an MC's album in the purest sense. Lyricism and beat in symbiotic alignment. Bars do not float above production, they sit in it and breathe through it. Tracks like The Hit List feel less like tribute and more like continuation. Ras Kass translating reverence into reinvention. On Miss Me Yet with Grammy-winning Timothy Bloom, he reveals a textured emotional range that challenges old caricatures, proving he can be reflective without sacrificing edge. The features from Coast Contra to Inspector Deck to Absol operate as intergenerational dialogue rather than ornamental add-ons. Each voice sharpens the record's thesis. Lyricism still matters and it thrives in collaboration. I've been immersed in the super lyrical side of West Coast hip-hop lately, and this album reinforces why. The region's pen game remains formidable, especially when paired with rich sampling and that unmistakable West Coast bounce. The song Contraband with Trade E is a standout. The two rapped on an expertly flipped Earth, Wind & Fire sample of fantasy that feels soulful yet commanding. It is the kind of production choice that honors legacy while sounding fully alive in the present. The title itself, Leopard Eats Face, signals inevitability. Ras Kass leans into clarity. Fire is hot, water is wet, the truth remains the truth. The album becomes a thesis on artistic longevity, that elder statesmen in hip-hop are not relics but reservoirs. Well-produced, thematically cohesive, and sonically versatile. This project belongs in a contemporary canon precisely because it refuses to behave like nostalgia. Ras Kass sounds energized, assured, and unbothered by trend cycles. To me, this is legacy rap, not as a museum exhibit, but as living documentation for those who believe hip-hop's intellectual tradition deserves both preservation and progression. Leopard Eats Face stands as essential listening. But that's my time, y'all. Thank you for watching another episode of Everything for Everybody. Let me know what you think about Ras Kass's album. And make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can stay in the loop. Until next time, take care of yourself. Peace.